Lastly, how do we report matched studies? Whether you're reporting a matched study or you are looking at a paper or that includes a match design, then you really want to be careful at how they're reporting it. First, sometimes you might see in a paper the word matching or matched or well matched, when they're really only referring to the fact that maybe all subjects were Asians or Caucasian. It's not really, they don't really mean that they're matched, but they're restricted. So so you'll see this type of confusion. So only use the word matching if you're really doing a match design. Also, you want to see, this is always missing, or almost always missing from papers, is how the matching was done. Was it frequency matched? Was it 3-to-1 matched? Was it pair matching, 1-to-3, 1-to-5? We don't know. So we need to really look for that. In a high quality paper, this will be stated. And also the variables that are used for matching. Many times they're saying there's going to be matching, but they don't really say which variables were used for matching. And remember that once you match on a variable, you can never study it again. And so if you're planning a match design, try to match on as few variables as possible. Remember that matching in a control study does not control for confounding. In fact, you are introducing bias that then you need to get rid of in your analysis. And don't forget the match design in your analysis. You want to, in this case, for example, if you have even if you have a frequency matching, you do need to include your variable as a and stratify on it. And you want the papers to be discussing how the matching was accounted for, and then some papers even try to estimate the effects of a matching factor after you match, but once you match, you really cannot study that factor anymore. So if age, for example, is something you're interested in, do not match on age. Or if you're interested in sex, do not match males and by male and female gender. Otherwise, at the end, you will not be able to do this analysis. And many times, by the time we get to the analysis, you might see that some papers forget that there was a matching, and then they start discussing the differences between male and female or by age. That is not correct. So here is a statement by Menton and Hansel in 1959. While the logical absurdity of attempting to measure an effect for a factor controlled by matching must be obvious, it is surprising how often investigators must be restrained from attempting this. And this still happens today. So bottom line, if you choose to get rid of a factor by matching, do not recycle it back into the game. That factor is gone